Alright, hello everyone. In today's episode we're going to discuss loot tiers and how does it influence in-game loot spawn, and also how to customize loot for your own custom buildings. If you remember, in the last part we have placed our custom buildings in-game and enabled loot spawn there with the custom function. Let me remind you, init.c file here, this is our custom function. Export proxy data, which allows you to basically export the XML file with the new updated map of the loot spawn including your custom buildings. So you run the server once with this function enabled, it produces you the XML file, then you stop the server, command back this function, and move your new file to the main mission folder, right? So yeah, now your custom buildings will be spawning loot, but it will spawn only default loot. What is default loot? It's all kind of crap except military and weapons and what have you. So that's not what we want, right? So we are going to change this now. Okay. First of all, you need to download DayZ tools. So go to your Steam library. Here in the drop-down menu, you enable tools, like so. In the search window, type DayZ. And here are our DayZ tools. We need to install it and launch. Okay. So here are our DayZ tools. Okay. Now, we need a certain set of files to download first. So I will provide the link in the description box below. Go there and download these files. So in the GitHub, clone to download zip like so, and it will be downloaded. Open it with your favorite archiver and copy it any way you want, desktop, whatever. Okay, this is our downloaded folder. So inside we will be using cetool only. So here we have two folders. First one is for Chernorus and second one is for Livonia. We can edit both maps completely. Okay, so let's open economy editor here. This is our economy editor, which we'll be using for our tier editing. Let's open our file. So it's on desktop. Okay, here is our desktop. So go here, open cetool folder. Inside, open the map you want. In our case, we'll be editing Chernorus. And this XML file here, open. So it will load all the settings for the map. And let's briefly discuss what you have here. So in this episode, we will be concentrating only for the tiers. This is this part on the left. And the right part, where the territory types, we will not touch right now. It will be for the next episode, okay? So let's close all that. Yeah, so you can zoom and unzoom pressing Ctrl and holding Ctrl and scrolling your scroll wheel on the mouse. Okay, so this is our map. Let's uncheck everything here for now. Yeah, so this is our map. As you may know, in Chernorus you have 4 tiers. So tier 1, this is coastal areas mostly. Tier 2, this is like central part. Tier 3, like the left part of the map, and tier 4, only few areas on the map. This is predefined by Bohemia, okay? What does it mean? So the most valuable loot will be tier 4, definitely, right? That's what we want. For example, let's take a look at our types. In this case, so for example here, AK-101, right? So it belongs to military and it only spawns on tier 4. So in these orange areas only. You will never find it anywhere else in the map, only here. Yeah, so let's go next one, AK-74. This is also military, but it spawns in tier 2, 3 and 4. So basically on all the map except tier 1, right? So this is the idea of the loot spawning. It must belong to certain loot, certain tier, sorry. Yeah, now what we are gonna do. So we have spawned our custom building somewhere. For example, in our case, let's pretend we have spawned the buildings here. This is the Bolota airfield, and we spawned some military buildings, whatever, around it, right? So, and we want it to be military, and we want it to be tier 4 only. Okay, so if you click tier 1, you will see that this area belongs to tier 1. So by default, even if you enable loot there in your custom buildings, it will spawn only tier 1 loot, and it will be default loot. Okay, no military, no guns, no nothing. What we gonna need now? So we have to remove tier definition from here. How we will do this? So here, click paint mode, and here you can draw on the map with your mouse. So here is your brush size, right? Color, you can opacity, whatever, and just press left mouse button, and you will draw on the map, on the map itself. Right mouse button, and you will erase. Okay, like so. So here you completely erase the tier 1 definition from the Bolota airfield. And now we are drawing it back. Okay. Okay, so let's make it reasonable and remove the tier 1 from, for example, from here. Okay, so for example, if you placed your custom buildings here and around the airfield, we want to do something like this. Yeah. Now we want it to be tier 4, right? So click tier 4 here, enable it, and draw tier 4 color here. You don't have to be precise, so just roughly outline it whatever you want. So like so, it doesn't matter in our case. Okay, so now your buildings will be spawning tier 4 loot, but we want it to be military also. So here you have definitions for different types of loot. So like industrial, hunting, medic, military, office, police, whatever, right? So if we click military, enable it, you already have some military loot here. You can also see, so these are buildings will spawn only tier 1 loot. So maybe we want to include this also, sorry, like so. So this area, this. So it will be also spawning tier 4 loot. Yeah, so military. Let's decrease the brush size, something like so. So roughly you can draw like so, no problem at all. But be aware that it will add additional load to your computer, to your server. So I suggest to be reasonable and to decrease the brush size and roughly place the markers whatever whenever you place the custom buildings, so roughly locations on the map. So you can combine also, for example, we want this to be military and this part of the buildings we want to be for example hunting. Okay, so let's click hunting and place hunting, and what you draw on the map, it should cover your custom buildings. Okay, so now these areas you can also do like this. So it will spawn military and hunting loot, but be aware that each building has only limited spawn points inside. So if you combine a lot of flares on one building, it could be random, so you may not have the result you wanted. because like they will be, all the spawn points will be occupied already, and the another layer will not be able to spawn loot in there. Okay, makes sense. So now yeah, so now we have tier 4 area, and also we enabled military and hunting loot in our custom buildings, which we placed around the airfield. This is just an example, right? So yeah, so what we're gonna do now, disable that, unzoom, let's check what we have. So delete all that. So tier 1, okay, so we remove tier 1 from here. We have added hunting spots on here. We have added our military spots on the other side, and we define that this area will be tier 4. Okay, so yeah, now we need to export all this data to our server. So go to File, Save, and Export All, like so. Here in your folder, make go up, for example here, make a new folder. Okay, and it will save this file here. As you can see, the status is ongoing now, and you will have to wait until it finishes until it finishes the binary map export, and then we will proceed further. Okay, now saving is done. Let's check our folders. Yeah, this is our new folder, and these files were exported to this folder. What we need here is go to the map folder, and this is our required file. This is binary file. You cannot edit it by hand, only in the central economy editor. This is binary file. You have to replace this file and put it in your missions folder. For example, here in your missions folder, you will see the area flags.map. This is exactly that, the tiers definitions and area definitions for different types of loot. So make a backup first, like so, and then copy it here. Yeah, and then rename Chernorus plus map to areaflags.map and restart your server. And here you go. You will have custom military tier 4 loot in your custom buildings. Okay, so this is basically it for today. In the next episode, we're gonna discuss this area here, territory types, how you can customize that, and what does it mean in general. Okay, goodbye everyone.